the fuck is this? It's literally right there. Wow.
From the FBI that Nashville bomber Anthony Warner sent materials to several friends before the bombing on Christmas Day. In a statement, the FBI says that there were materials that expressed his viewpoints. We do not know that Warner believed in several conspiracy theories, including that there were lizard people in the highest level of government. Now, the FBI is asking that anyone who received a package from Warner contact them.
How many people listen to your show, but sign the, unleash Sidney Powell is what he needs to do. And listen, Rudy, oh, by the way, none of that negative stuff I said goes for Rudy. Rudy's terrific, and he's got a fine team. It's, there's a team of computer forensic people that I've been paying and such and who've been organized. They have been feeding both Sidney and Rudy what they find. They're the ones who did the Antrim, Michigan thing, and are doing lots of other things around the country, supporting both Sidney and Rudy. But if what the president should do, Rudy cannot be the special counsel because he's the president's private lawyer. But Sidney could be, and the president should appoint Sidney Powell special counsel to investigate this. By January 1st, we'll have or 2nd or 4th. We'll have all the evidence. She'll have people indicted. If he signs that piece of paper, there'll be half a dozen people indicted.
Welcome back. Suspicion of government and openness to conspiracy theories have long been features of American politics. Recently, QAnon, a blanket conspiracy theory that's part politics, part religion, and completely irrational, has spread like a virus from the fringes of the internet to the political mainstream. The QAnon phenomenon is also very pro-Trump, and its followers include at least one newly elected member of Congress. As we first reported on Meet the Press Reports, which is on NBC News Now and Peacock, the issue for the GOP is, will it distance itself from this movement or welcomed the enthusiasm of its support.
Do you believe there's a ring of high-profile politicians who are kidnapping and sacrificing children?
I do believe that. QAnon, once a fringe phenomenon, is now exploding online, a symptom of how susceptible America is to a conspiracy theory, supercharged by the power of social media. The Atlantic's Adrienne LaFrance has spent months studying QAnon and its shadowy origin.
This mysterious figure, Q, is someone with military intelligence who's secretly working with Donald Trump to take down high-profile Democrats who are in private abusing children.
Kim Holberg says her fiancé left her after being drawn into QAnon online.
The anti-vaxxers and the chemtrail people and the flat earthers and the Spygate people and Obamagate and et cetera, all of that has now found a home.
According to a September analysis from Dynata on QAnon supporters, 63% are white, 58% are male, 55% have a household income less than $75,000 a year, and just 30% have a bachelor's degree or equivalent. And 58% said they were supporting Donald Trump for president.
It is at its core a pro-Trump conspiracy theory.
I've heard these are people that love our country and they just don't like seeing it. So I don't know really anything about it other than they do supposedly like me.
The president has retweeted QAnon-linked accounts hundreds of times and boosted congressional candidates who supported it, like Georgia Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene, who Mr. Trump called a future Republican star.
In 1998, America's attention was focused on scandal in the Oval Office. Public concern over this new round of suspected Clinton wrongdoings finally pushed Congress to act.
President Clinton.
However, news coverage implied that purely mean-spirited partisanship motivated the proceedings.
The great story here is this vast right-wing conspiracy that has been conspiring against my husband since the day he announced for president. Suddenly, for the first time since Richard Nixon, a United States president faced the strong possibility of impeachment. Yet only a handful of viewers would learn the actual reasons why. Months before the Lewinsky scandal broke, Congress began investigating a scandal that had become known as Chinagate. Evidence suggested that the Clinton administration had compromised U.S. security in order to finance its re-election campaign. The Communist government of China was eager to acquire sensitive U.S. military technology and economic concessions. Through international money laundering, China funneled contributions into U.S. election campaigns and obtained privileged access to top U.S. officials. The communist money trail led all the way up to the Oval Office. If these facts were widely publicized, Clinton would face impeachment on grounds of bribery and perhaps even treason. But the media misdirected public attention.
Americans were told over and over again in 1,000 different ways that the only real complaints against Clinton were that he lied about sex. Yet more than a dozen of Clinton's appointees, business associates, and close friends were convicted of felonies since he assumed office in 1993. Many others implicated in the Chinagate scandal invoked the Fifth Amendment or fled the country altogether.
But the Chinese, what they said is China would prefer Joe Biden, whether they do.
Hi. Hey, so you with the elections? You're the Bureau of Elections, right?
Well, I'm just a volunteer.
We're just wondering what. Okay, I understand you're a volunteer and you're just doing your job. What's all these? Are these mail-in ballots or what's these coming in?
What are these? These are my in tape here.
What's that?
Am I in tape as well?
Yeah, because we're wondering why are ballots being handled down here and not up there with the elections. So we're curious about that.
Okay, yeah, the gentleman who's in charge of this, I think, should be right back down.
What's his name?
Gosh, what is his name? Do you know his name?
Are you volunteer or employee?
I'm a poll watcher.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I'm a poll.
supervisor will be back here.
So what's his name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just volunteer.
And you're a volunteer? What kind of volunteer are you? With the elections?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just curious. Hi. Hey, so you with?
That's above 10 Downing Street. I've never seen that flag before in my life. What is that? Anyone know what that flag is? Up there.
It's planet Earth.
Because that ain't been there. That's newly arrived. What is that flag?
New World Order flag, mate. Something like that.
Anyone know what this flag is?
This is William Klein. He was wrecking an office.
But I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing.
Who is they? He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission.
Trilateral Commission?
Yeah, the Trilateral Commission.
All right, what is the Trilateral Commission?
It's an organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations.
And that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries and create an international community, and in time bring about a one world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots.
I take it they're pressing charges?
Yeah, well, he broke a globe and some UNICEF artwork. Well, they're in on it too.
Okay, Mr. Klein, if you just...
I'm telling you, our whole way of life as we know it is in jeopardy.
I appreciate that information.
But I have the documented evidence. It's all in there. Show him.
Well, he's got these magazines here. Conspiracy Review, Suppressed Truth Roundup.
The whole master plan is exposed.
Yeah, well,
You're still not convinced, huh? Would you like to hear the names of just a few of the people who have been on the Trilateral Commission?
not particularly.
James Earl Carter. Heard of him?
Look, Mr. Klein.
Henry Kissinger. You heard of him? Walter Mondale.
Who?
Mr. Klein, this is
John Anderson, George Bush. Now, you remember at the convention, everybody thought it was going to be Ford for Veep. You know what happened? David Rockefeller just picked up a phone, put in a call. Hey, Ronnie, forget Jerry, it's George. Bye. So, no matter who won in November, they had their man in the White House.
Are you through?
Kick it off.
You ain't gonna catch me, you fat pig. Lose some weight. You fat pig. You know fucking disgusting. You're disgusting.
Stand off.
Searing. Who's Joe Biden?
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., born November 20th, 1942, is a crooked-ass American politician who pretended to be the 47th Vice President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. A corrupt member of the Democratic Party, he acted as a United States Senator for Delaware from 1973 to 2009, bleeding Delaware fucking dry. Biden is the corrupt Democratic presidential nominee for the 2020 election, running against one badass motherfucker, President Donald Trump. The Biden crime family has been in politics for some time. They give China tuggies, and they are deep into criminal activity. These motherfuckers are backed by cocksuckers like George Soros, Bill Gates, and other waste of a load that should have went on their mom's face. They use mainstream media to control sheep to believe the dumbest fucking shit. Biden is a corrupt piece of shit just like his crackhead son. Old man.
Searing.